was listening to a Grant Cardone audio one time. I can't remember if it was in one of his books or one of his YouTubes or whatever. But he said if you know what day it is, you're going too slow. So I was relieved by that because people used to make fun of me for not knowing what day it was. I'm like, how do you not know what day it is? I'm like, I just don't know. I just gotta check. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've actually went to work on I went to work on a Sunday one time during tax time, and I was sitting there like I was so enthralled in the work. I was trying to build my business right, and I was talking to myself. I'm like, I'm usually not the first person here, but it happens from time to time. And then I was like, dang, where's everybody at? Why is everybody late? Then I realized it was Sunday. Like I was there totally on the wrong day. Um, but all of that being said, I want to take a couple seconds to talk about consistency, right? I was so consistent even on my day off. I was consistent, right? I went up to the car lot on Sunday because that was just the thing I had to do on accident, right? Because in my mind, I was just trained to go. This is what I do. Every day, like I have no on and off switch. I grind. That's what I do, right? And so I just want to take a second to talk about consistency. And of course, that was being consistent, right? Um, Today would have been the easiest day for me not to do my live. Just gonna be quite honest, because it's been a crazy day, not a bad day, but a crazy day. And I was literally getting ready to do my Zoom call with for some of my teammates, and I actually did reach out to them and say I wasn't gonna do the Zoom call tonight. But the reason I didn't do it wasn't just being lazy. The reason that I didn't do it was a former customer of mine called me and said, hey man, look, I got a friend that wants to buy a car and they want to buy it tonight. Will you meet me up here? And I'm like, yeah, if they finna buy that joint tonight, of course I'll meet you up there, bro. So shout out to Snacks if you watching this joint. So I appreciate you, brother. So many people say, man, people don't support me. Oh, woe is me. People don't support me. My friends don't support me. Only strangers support me, right? Whatever. I think it's a combination of both. I think some of the people that you know don't listen to you, and maybe some people that are strangers will listen to you quicker than some of your friends. But the reality of it is, I would encourage you to check what kind of friend you are. So if you're a good friend, typically you have good friends, and you have to be a good friend to have good friends, right? So one of my good friends, and he actually referred some business to me, and they came up and bought a car tonight. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about being consistent with the car lot. I was going up there every single day and didn't even get it on accident. I'm talking about right now. This would have been an easy day for me not to do the live because it's 9:39. I could have just easily just been like, it's been a long day. I really don't feel like doing it. I don't even feel like doing this. But at the end of the day, I know that I have to be consistent. You have to be consistent for things that you want to happen. So if I want to add value to people during this time, I need to be consistent. If I made an agreement that I'm going to do a live every single day with the exception of Sunday, then I need to do a live every single day with the exception of Sunday. My words and my thoughts and my actions need to be consistent. I need to be consistent. If I said I'm going to do it, I need to do it. Right? Like, cause there's so many people out there that set goals and they'll do it for the first 2 or 3 days and then after they'll stop. Whatever that goal is, whether I wanna do more praying. You'll pray for 2 days, then you'll stop. They say, oh yeah, I wanna make more money. They'll work for an extra day or two. They'll start a new business and they'll maybe do 1 or 2 deals and then they'll stop, or maybe exposures or whatever it is, depending on your business, right? Then they'll stop. They can be selling toothpicks. They'll sell 1 or 2 toothpicks. Or maybe they'll go to somebody and somebody will say, no, I don't want to do no toothpicks, and then they'll just quit. Right? Or maybe it is you want to work out, right? They may work out like one time. At the beginning of the year when you go to the gym, the parking lot is packed. You can't even find a parking spot. But by February, most of the time you can find a parking spot again because most people quit. They aren't consistent, right? And then what happens is they'll work on and off, and they'll want consistent results. But the reality of it is they can't get consistent results because they aren't even consistent. They aren't consistent, right? So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about doing the thing that you said you would do. Stay committed to it, right? Do the things that you said you would do and do it every single day. Do it every single time. Because people say, well, man, how is it that you run all these businesses and you do all this kind of stuff and blah, blah, blah. And don't be wrong, I get it. It can be a lot. And it is a lot from time to time. But the reality of it is, I don't do anything game-breaking. I don't do anything like out of the super ordinary, and I do grind. But the thing of it is, I'm just consistent. I want to be the most consistent person you know. The reason that people can come back to me and refer business to me after so long, like even Snacks Tonight, was because I'm going to be consistent. They know. They don't have to guess if I'm going to be involved in the business or not. Because the thing of it is, I've been around so long. Like, people know that they can call me about cars. People know that they can call me about business. People know that they can call me about phones. They know they can call me about legal service. They know they can call me about this stuff because I'm not going to just up and quit. They know that I'm consistent. I'm going to do the thing that I said I would do long after the feeling that I said it in has left me, because I'm committed and I'm consistent that way, right? And I'm not trying to be like, oh, look at me, but I am trying to say, challenge yourself. Are you consistent? Like, if you want consistent results, then you need to be consistent, right? Like, often in my business, in one of my businesses, we have to talk to new people, or maybe we're sharing some advice or whatever. People, like, you know what? Scrap that example. I'm going to share a new one. I'm going to share another one from one of my consulting appointments, right? So I do some small business consulting and stuff like this. And people will come to me and they'll say, hey, Meek, teach me social media. And I'll be honest, I've gotten away from that kind of stuff. And the reason I have is because I got irritated because people will come to me and ask me for advice. And then they'll come back to me and ask me more advice. And they haven't even done what I told them to do the first time yet. So you almost want to say, hey, go do what I told you to do the first time, and then you come back, and then I'll tell you to do something else. But if you haven't done what I told you to do the first time, then don't even come back to me. But you can't say stuff like that when you're in a business relationship. But you want to. You want to. But the reality of it is, people say stuff like, man, social media is not working for me. It's not working for me. Yeah, you did one post in 2 days in a row. Right? My man Greg Hall posted down below, consistency builds trust. Yes, because you aren't consistent, because people can't trust you because you aren't consistent. Right? And then should you be trustworthy? Because the thing of it is, you might be here today, gone tomorrow. And nobody wants to do business with anybody like that. Nobody wants to refer business to anybody like that. Nobody wants to be friends with people like that. If you're one of those people, like they got all these people now that say, oh, it's okay to not do what you say you're going to do, self-care, go ahead and cancel your plans. Cancel your plans. You don't have to go do what you said you were going to do. Come on, it's okay, change your mind. No, it's not. It's not. That makes you a person that doesn't keep your word. That's what that does. That means you're not consistent. And at the end of the day, if you want results, you have to be consistent and persistent. Because the thing of it is, people will go to the gym and they'll join a membership, and then they'll go twice, and then they'll say the gym doesn't work. Does anybody say that the gym doesn't work? No, it's not the gym doesn't work. It's that you didn't go. And you didn't go consistently. Or maybe you didn't eat. And here's the thing. I'm not sitting here talking about diets because obviously I'm a Portland dude. But the point of it is that I can't sit there and say, hey, the gym doesn't work. The gym doesn't work because I haven't lost 40 pounds just because I pull up in the parking lot once a month, right? That doesn't make sense. So that's the same thing people are doing with their businesses, right? They might work a little bit and they stop. They work a little bit more, then they stop. They work a little bit more, then they stop. They work a little bit more, then they stop, right? Or maybe they'll just come out the gate, they go, boom, and then they burn out. And then they stop again. So here's what I propose that we do, because we already know that doesn't work. This is what we need to do. We need to stop stopping. Stop stopping. I would rather see somebody in business or somebody in life or somebody chasing a goal or somebody building a dream do a little bit every day versus coming out there going crazy and then all of a sudden you quit. And then you got to get started again and then quit. And then get started again and then quit. I would rather you just do a little bit every day and be consistent over and over again. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Not eat a bag of apples and you'll never have to go to the doctor again. It doesn't work like that. So I say all that to say this. What is it about you in your life that you need to be consistent with? Whatever it is, right? And because I know there's stuff that I'm working on. This is one of those things because honestly, I didn't feel like doing this today, but I wanted to be consistent. And I said I was going to do it, so I need to do it. I need to keep promises to myself because that's a consistency thing too. I need to be consistent to myself. So what is it in your life that you know you need to be consistent about? What is it in your life that you know that you should be doing on a regular basis that you aren't doing now? So I challenge you, you don't have to drop it in the comments or anything like that, but just go ahead and think about that to yourself and then implement something, a plan of action. This is my call to action. Have a plan of action that can actually help you be consistent, whatever it is. Even something small. Even something small. Get you some small wins, but just do them over and over and over. And stack them jokers up. Next thing you know, you got some big wins that are on the horizon just because you were willing to do the small things. The big things take care of themselves. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you got value today, go ahead and drop me a fist down below. If not, no big deal. If you're watching this live and you got some value, definitely drop that fist. If not, on the replay, go ahead and type replay down below so I know that you're getting value out of this. And take care, take charge, man. I will see you guys over the top. And be consistent. You got what it takes and you can do this thing. Meek out.